Hey there, it is Anne here, and I've been meaning to jump on live with you guys for such a long time, and I just have been going through so much growth, so much stuff going on. So I wanted to share with you today about what's going on, about how I am trying not to do the thing that I have to do and what that's all about. So thank you for joining me. Say hello when you come in so I can see that you're there. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been quite a while since I did a live, and I've really been missing it, and I've really been wanting to do it, but just getting to a point by the end of the day, because I use natural light, and getting to the point by the end of the day that I haven't done it, and I just let another day go by without having done the thing that I wanted to do. Hello Jodie. Hi Patty Ann. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. So I wanted to talk to you today about what's been going on with me, about the thing that I'm trying to do, and why it's been so hard for me. I've been trying not to do it. I've been trying to do it, but at the same time I'm having this constant internal struggle with myself because, hi Ellen, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me. So let me start at the beginning. As many of you know, I have what I call my soul's mission and my mission statement, which includes my soul's mission, but also my this lifetime purpose. And I have a statement that says, world peace through inner peace, one person at a time, and it starts with me. And so for me, when I break that down, so my soul's purpose is world peace, and my soul's mission is world peace. My personal purpose in that is to work with people, one person at a time, to help them to find inner peace. And the third part of it is, of course, that it starts with me. So I've spent, as you know, many years now coming into this place of inner peace. And working with how to find that within myself, doing all of my spiritual and personal growth very quietly over here as I do, and sharing what I learn and what I know with those of you who are interested in that. And just like so many of you, hello Mariko, thanks for joining me. Just like pretty much every one of you, when we have a purpose, and we have, it's a compulsion. It becomes a compulsion, or at least it does for me. I could be different, but I don't think so. It becomes a compulsion, and we just constantly feel the pull of it. It's almost like it's pulling from our heart space, our upper heart, our higher heart space, pulling us towards it. And just like you as well, I imagine, just like me, that the last 8 months, in fact, the whole of this year up to this point, has been a real time of feeling that now's the time, that now's when you really have to step into your purpose. Now is when you have to truly get rid of all the crap you've been carrying that's been holding you back. And so that this year has been, for me, and I guess for many others as well, has been about really getting to a place, bringing ourselves to a place where we are becoming the person that truly can live into that purpose. So that's why it feels like such a compulsion, or at least, as I said, it does for me. It's like an addiction that I can't stop. Now, the reason for this particular live stream is because a couple of months ago, again, when we're thinking about my mission statement, world peace through inner peace, one person at a time, and it starts with me, I have known for a very long time that I'm going to write a book about this. I'm going to write a book about how world peace is possible. And I'm talking global stuff that I have been bringing through and knowing about, that I need to write this book about. But also it's going to be, it's about also how each and every one of us, so how the reader can find inner peace through finding meaning in their life, finding purpose, and having all of their basic needs taken care of, because that's where inner peace is going to start to come from. We can't really be in inner peace unless we have those things taken care of, you know, unless we know that we're always going to be able to eat, that we can enjoy a good life, you know, all of those basic needs. So for the past probably 2 months, I got myself a publisher and I started writing my book. And it's been the hardest personal development journey that I've ever taken. Whoa, I'm getting emotional. I don't mean to get emotional, but truly, I'm still in this journey. I'm right in the middle of it, and I'm noticing my behaviours. I'm noticing how I am trying not to do it, and yet I'm pulled so strongly by it that I can't not do it. Hi, Ali. Lovely to see you. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, this feeling and this sense. And I imagine if I go through this, then there are other people who go through this as well. So I've spent the last couple of months in what up to this point, has been the hardest, the scariest, the most transformational journey that I've taken thus far, and I've taken quite a few. I mean, I'm not talking like, you know, I'm someone who over the last 12 years since my initial awakening has had hundreds of dark nights of the soul. I don't learn things easily, so I have to go over and over and over and over and over the same patterns. And this last few months has been the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. I know that I'm here to bring this information through, and I know that I'm here to create it into a book. And by the way, I write. I've written articles for magazines. I worked at a spiritual magazine for a couple of years, had a column with them. But this, again, as I say, it's been my dream for so long to be an author. And by the way, I am already a published author, but this is my own full book. And it's just been the hardest bloody thing I've ever done in my life. I'm exhausted from it. Well, thanks, Sandra, for prompting me, because I'm trying to kind of indicate why, but I'm finding that hard to do as well. The reason I think that it has been the hardest is because it really is the thing that I came here to do. I know that without a doubt, that writing this book is going to create for me everything I've ever wanted. It's going to allow me to have the sort of profile that I want to have on the world stage. And it is going to see me becoming known, so therefore not being able to hide anymore. But as well as that, it has brought up every single little, tiny little reason that I'm not enough to do this. That I don't know enough, that I can't write good enough. Every single reason that I can't do it has come up and slapped me. Bitch slapped me around the face. I like to think of it like that. And so, oh gosh, it's been so hard. And so while it's been really hard and I'm still going through it, it's not nearly finished, not even close to being finished, because it's a daily struggle for me. I'm glad I'm not alone, Jeanette. It's still a daily struggle for me, and at the same time I'm trying to keep my business going, get people started in my new program, which is starting in 2 weeks' time, the Butterfly Effect. I'm getting that already at the same time. I could very easily, and there have been days when I've simply just shut down and I've gone to bed. I've gone back to bed. And, I was worried for a little while. I thought, oh gosh, am I getting depressed or something? I didn't feel like I was, but I kept needing to just go to bed, or just desiring to just go to bed and just leave it all behind. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, I know. It doesn't make any sense. This is the whole point, is that it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Mariko, exactly what you're stepping into. is, I think, very much the same thing. We're stepping into our mission, not just our life purpose. Sure, we have this life purpose that's part of our lifetime this time around, but we're also really, really being urged to step into our soul's mission, whatever that is for you. But if you're here, absolutely, it will be something of the magnitude of world peace. You know, changing the world so that all children are looked after, changing the world so that there's no one homeless anymore, changing so many different ways, and I touch on many of them in the book that I'm writing. But we're really being called to this now. We're really being called to this now. And so I'm feeling this pull so strong, so I keep walking towards it. And at the same time, I'm so terrified. I'm so terrified that I take myself off to bed and lose a whole day and don't get the things done that I want to get done that help me to build my business. You know, all of these sorts of things. On top of that, my car broke yesterday. My kettle broke last week. It's all happening because I'm being urged to just keep stepping forward, keep stepping forward, keep stepping forward, one step at a time along this what I call the purpose path, just taking one step each moment along this purpose path. Unfortunately, what's happening, because I've still got things coming up the whole time, is that I take one step and I end up standing on that step for days instead of just a moment. So that's what I'm going through at the moment, and I wanted to come and tell you about this and talk to you about it because I think it's important. I think it's important to bring it up, to let people know what really happens in the creation process when it's something that you kind of have known. Like, I literally, when I first started my journey, when I first started having the guides come through, I knew, and I've known since then, that I was going to write a book. And I've tried to write many books along the way, and they were never the book, but this is the book. A used BMW for $900. I'm not sure about that, Mariko. I'm getting my car fixed. It should be fixed this week. In the meantime, I'm driving the most luxurious, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's the most, I can even warm my tushy while I'm driving around if I wanted to do that, but I don't. But that's how luxurious it is. I can warm my tushy, and it's just a beautiful car. So I'm enjoying that experience as well. And of course, I've been asking for these things, and so knowing that I'm getting closer and closer to them, I'm starting to have these experiences, being invited to places where it is that sort of life, and being able to now drive this vehicle, which is at that luxury level. So I know that that's all happening for a reason. I know exactly why it's happening, but I think it's important to make ourselves do the things we don't want to do. And one of the things I have not been wanting to do and have been not doing, I said to myself yesterday, I'm going to start doing lives again this week because I love doing lives and I love serving, and I'm going to start doing some free readings and things like that, the things I've always done through Facebook Live, but I haven't done them for a while. So I said to myself yesterday, all right, I've got to start doing them again. It's like blood to me. It's like lifeblood to me, to stay in connection with you and to share my day with you, and also to be of service to you in this way. So I made that decision yesterday, and I've made it in the past couple of months. I've made it every single week. But as the day got longer and longer, I noticed I wasn't doing it. I was finding all sorts of reasons not to do it. My computer went funny and I had to turn it off, and then of course I had to back it up because then I was frightened that would be the number 3 in the, you know how things come in threes, the kettle, the car, and so I was expecting the computer to go. So I did a backup on that. So that was another reason that I couldn't do my live, blah, blah, blah. All of the reasons I've been coming up with for weeks and weeks now. But I made a decision that just moments ago that I was not going to end this day without doing the live, and it was going to be the start of me stepping back out again. And I thought having this conversation with you about you know, when you have this big dream, when you have this big knowing inside you that there's something that you're here to create into the world, to give to the world, that could potentially change the world, and the world, certainly the world of a lot of people through the inner peace work. And then you start stepping into the creation of it, knowing that, yeah, everything's going to fall apart. And yes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be terrible. Sorry about that. I've got you back now. Getting hot and steamy in here. So starting back up again, starting to come back to life again. Still haven't finished the book, but it's in process. It's getting closer and closer every single day. It's not going to be available when I wanted it to, which was the 21st of September for International Peace Day. But it will be ready when it's ready. I have total faith in that. So, yeah, I just thought it was really important to talk to you about that process when it is something that's truly what you're here to create into the world. And I know you all are here to create something into the world that's going to play a part in changing the world. And as you step closer and closer and closer to it and further into it, no matter how much work you've done, on clearing the blocks and the sabotages and your not enoughness and all of those things, it will come up. It will continue to come up. And the only thing that you can do is push yourself through it using all of your willpower. And so that's where I am at the moment. And because I'm not someone who generally likes to push through things, I like everything to flow. I like to see the evidence of it being easy for me because I believe that life is supposed to be easy. Life is easy. And so this struggle that I've had with getting this book written has thrown me a little bit, and it's put me into a bit of a funk, I guess, where I have felt like, not for any reason except that I just don't know where to go. It's like I'm between a rock and a hard place and I can't move. So when that hits me, I often will just take myself off to have a nap, and I could sleep through a whole day. But again, I have total faith in the universe. I have total faith in myself and God, or wherever this information comes from. And so I know that it will all be perfect in the end anyway. But I wanted to share with you, I thought it important because I know that so many of us are feeling this extra strong urging or extra strong calling or even a compulsion. For me, I feel like it's a compulsion. It feels like an addiction to really step into our mission and our purpose. And so I want to encourage you to do it no matter how much it feels like it's going to hurt. Every day it feels hurtful to me. It feels hard. It's scary. I cry a number of times. I go to sleep just to escape it. All of those things. Yeah, Mariko, I know. I'm sorry. I wish you had the luxury of having a nap as well. I'm so sorry. I only do it in school hours. But that's essentially what I wanted to say to you. And by way of saying that to you, to show you the process that I'm going through, and to show you that I'm following now my, I'm using my willpower to get back in touch with you, to start doing the things that I've always done, and to stay in touch with you, but also such willpower required for me as a human being, because that's the human part of me that has to sit down and write. So the human part of me having to use that force of willpower, which I've not really ever used in my life much at all, force of willpower to actually do the thing that I'm here to do, to get it done and finished and out there into the world. So I just wanted to let you know, yeah, Donna, I appreciate that. And the intention set, the goal set, the date set, all of those sorts of things. But yes, it is, you know, when we have this thing that we wish to do that's outside of our comfort zone, we just fall into such growth through it. Obviously not everyone, because, you know, and not every situation, because there's been other places where I've written stories, where I've written articles, where I've written chapters in books, and it wasn't this hard, let me tell you. But when it's something so close to it's my soul's mission. It's the reason I'm here. I'm absolutely sure of it. I have no doubt about it. So I just wanted to share all of that with you. Thank you so much for joining me, and so much for also for feeding back to me that it's worthwhile hearing this from me. And I love all of you so much. I'm really looking forward, as I said right at the beginning, one word at a time. Yes, thank you, Mariko. I'm really looking forward to getting back to doing regular Facebook Lives. I'm perhaps going to be even doing 1 or 2 a day. And I will absolutely be doing some live readings and things coming up over the next couple of days. But I will see you live tomorrow. I guarantee it. And you can call on me if you don't see me before 5 o'clock. You can let me know that I'm letting you down. Thank you so much. Thanks, Donna. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.